Hey everybody, Adam here, FLG Head Judge. Talk about a little bit about Cherokee this coming weekend. Just a few reminders. First off is your list. Today is Monday, and your lists are due today before the end of day, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure your lists are in before then. You can, if you need to correct or upload your list, if you haven't yet, that's not an issue. Just email me at headjudge@frontlinegaming.org and we'll get you straight away. If there could be a penalty, usually there isn't if it's before the lists are revealed. But once the lists are unlocked, there most likely is some type of penalty, either a yellow card or with points deduction or both or none. It just depends on the situation. I'll let you know once you make the request. In addition, make sure your army is painted, and in that it is the battle ready standard, no longer the 3-color minimum. So be sure your army is battle ready, and that is above and beyond the 3 colors. So it looks like it's essentially a 3-foot test. If one of the judges walks by your table and it looks fine, it doesn't cause us to take a double take, then it's usually okay. If it causes us to have a closer look or to get multiple judges to look at it, then it's either borderline or it's kind of close to being as not fully painted. This includes the bases, so make sure if you haven't already, you use textured bases is the best way to do it. There's a lot of companies that sell textured paint. All you got to do is put that on and you're good to go. So don't make us have to double, triple, quadruple check your army because we're not sure if your army is battle ready or not. What we do is that the judges will walk around the hall during the first round and look at all the armies to see if they are battle ready or up to those standards. And again, it's a 3-foot rule, and we're not going to get up close unless we need to, or it looks questionable. So you may not even notice that we passed by, but we are checking in the first round. So don't be surprised if we tap your shoulder and talk to you about your army during the first round, because that's when it will happen. In addition, make sure that any proxies or conversions are approved. Just if you haven't already, I know the deadline technically has passed, but you can still send them in, because I'd rather have that than have to pull your model during the tournament, because that is a possible consequence. Either points deductions, we pull the model, or both if it has not been pre-approved by the judge team. Other things to remember, as always, we are doing only 7 rounds. There is no shadow round. The shadow round is only used if we do a top cut, and we are not doing a top cut. Everyone plays 7 rounds. We are not adding an additional round, even though we'll have multiple undefeateds at the end of the event. That's if there are no ties, so you never know. So just a reminder, we're playing 7 rounds only. That's it. That's 3 on Friday, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. Other hints and tips. Be sure to check in on BCP in the app. You have up 24 hours before to do that. Pairings will go up at 9:15. I believe the round starts at 9:30, and paint judging is from 8 to 9:15. So be sure to be there early if you want your army paint judge on Friday and Saturday, and then we'll have the showcase on Sunday or Saturday evening. The player packet has it exactly, and also be sure to check in on BCP. You don't need to check in at the event unless you bought items or receiving items. Then you can check in and receive your items, but you can do that at any time over the weekend. For the event itself, you just need to register on BCP. You just go in, there's a green button that says check in. You hit that button to check in and you're good to go. You'll be paired with somebody when I do the pairings, and you just go to your table to begin. If you did not hit the button, you're not going to show up in the pairings. You're going to have to come to the judges table so we can find out who else didn't hit the button, and then we will pair you with those players and send you on a table. The first day is random tables. Day 2, you will be assigned table depending on your placing. So just be aware of that. It is a 3-day week, 3 days. Again, like I said, 3 days Saturday, 2 days 3 days Friday, 2 days Saturday, 2 days on Sunday. So just be aware of that. Lunch is about an hour, I think, on Friday, an hour and a half on Saturday and Sunday. So things to bring: water if you don't already have it, a good pair of shoes. That's really helpful. If you have one of those standing mats, I would suggest that. Snacks to bring just to play in between the event. And I think that should be about it. I don't think there's really much else you need to bring other than your army, your tools. Make sure you have the codex either in the GW app, which is probably the best way to have it, to be honest, or you have or the physical codex if you're using that too. Other sources for rules are allowed, but they aren't considered official sources in regards to any questions about the rules or interactions that you may have. So when you do call a judge over and they want to see the rules, it's either going to be the book or the app. Anything else, or the tournament packet or the player packet. Anything else is usually not recognized as an official source. If you have a clock, or make sure to bring that too. So I think we have a couple clocks we can hand out, but if you want to use a chess clock, then we suggest you bring your own, just to be sure. Other items to bring, like I said, is snacks, water, standing mat. Once again, it's very important because even though day 1 is going to be a long day, day 2 and 3 are kind of long, but not as long, but you're still standing for a while. If you have any questions, just ask the judge team or anyone from the registration desk. They'll be able to answer other questions in regards to like terrain and things like that. So I believe that is it. I don't know if there's anything else. I don't believe so. Again, make sure to register on BCP the day before. You can do it Thursday night when you arrive or Friday morning before the event starts. Once the pairings happen, just check your email, check your app, and that should tell you what table you are at. If you need assistance, just call a judge. We do have the paging system with the QR code that we always use, so use that. Make sure to use that because that will be extremely helpful. If you do happen to yell out for a judge, keep your hand raised until we get to your table. If we see you and put your hand down, we will lose where you were at because we won't remember where you were at exactly. So keep your hand up if you're going to yell out judge. If you use the app, give us a couple minutes, a minute or two, or if you see a judge nearby, flag them down or just send it again because it will be in a large hall. There are over 400 of you registered, so that's a lot of people, almost as much as LVO in this past October. So other than that, again, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody on Thursday. I'll be in on Wednesday, be in the hall on Thursday, and I look forward to the event. If you have any questions, you can always email me, headjudge@frontlinegaming.org. But until then, good night and have a pleasant tomorrow.